Today we'll talk about the greater omentum. So greater omentum, it is the largest fold of the peritoneum. It is the largest fold of the peritoneum which hangs down from the greater curvature of the stomach. It hangs down from the greater curvature of the stomach like an apron. It hangs down as an apron. That's why you also call the gastrocolic omentum or epipleon. It consists of four layers. Four layer it has got. Form the joint together to form thin fenestrated membrane which contains the variable amount of fat only. Regarding attachment, the first two layers of the peritoneum extend downward from the greater curvature of the stomach, which hang down from the greater curvature of the stomach to the variable extent, and it will fold upon themselves. It will fold upon themselves to form the deep two layers. These two layers extend up to the head and the anterior border of the body of the pancreas, and thus the first layer becomes the fourth layer, and the second layer becomes the third layer, and the posterior two layers will form the transverse mesocolon. Regarding the function, it contains adipose tissue. It contains adipose tissue. It contains the milky spot, which is aggregation of the macrophages, and it contains the right and left gastroepiploic vessels and their anastomosis. Regarding its function is a storage of the fat. It has got milky spot with aggregation of the macrophages, and it protects against the infection. The policeman of abdomen, since it has got the aggregation of the macrophages, it protects against the infection. That's why it is also known as the policeman of the abdomen, preventing the spread of infection. And it also works as a partition between the supracolic and the infracolic compartment of the greater sac. Now, in this diagram, this is the superior one, this is the inferior one, this is right side, this is left side. So we have got the stomach over here. This is the duodenum. This is the greater curvature of the stomach, and this one is the lesser curvature of the stomach. This is the lesser curvature of the stomach. This is the stomach one. And from the greater curvature of the stomach, what we are seeing that this is the greater omentum, which is coming down from the greater, curvature of the stomach, and this is the greater omentum. This one is the greater omentum. And we have got the transverse colon. So this is the greater omentum coming down from the greater curvature of the stomach. Now, if we want to see the greater omentum over here, this is the stomach, this one is the stomach, and this one is the transverse colon. So we are concerned with the greater omentum only. We are not tracing the peritoneum. So this one is the first layer of the peritoneum, and the first layer becomes the fourth layer. It becomes the fourth layer, and it goes like this, and it will come like this. This red line, this over here, this is the first layer. This one is the first layer, and this one is the fourth layer. And the second layer becomes the fourth layer. Second layer becomes the fourth layer. So we have got a second layer over here. The second layer is going down like this, and it becomes the third layer. So we have got the first, second, third, fourth layer, first layer, second layer, third layer, and fourth layer. We have got the kidney like this, the liver like this. Then we have got the stomach over here. We have got the transverse colon over here. We have got the duodenum over here. We have got the liver. Then we have got the stomach over here. Then we have got the transverse colon over here, duodenum over here, and the pancreas over here. And we will trace the first layer, second layer, and third layer, and fourth layer. Coming down from the liver, it will encircle the stomach, and from the from the transverse colon, it will go like this. It will go like this up to the duodenum. It will come over here and it will encircle the go like this. So we have got the this is the stomach, this is colon, this is duodenum, and you have got the pancreas also. So from this colon, it will come like this, it will come like this, and it will go like this. To the duodenum, it will go, and then finally it will come like go like this. So this is the first layer, and this is the fourth one. This is first layer, and this is fourth one. Now next we have got the second layer and the third layer. So the second layer will come from here, will come from here, will come from here, will go like this. The second layer, and this one is the fourth layer. This one is the fourth layer. We have got the liver over here. We have got the first layer, second layer, third, and this first, second, third, fourth combine together to form the greater omentum. This combine together to form the greater omentum. So we have got the greater omentum over here, and we have got the lesser omentum over here. So greater omentum is formed by the first layer, second layer, third layer, and fourth layer. But the lesser omentum, we have got the lesser omentum over here. So lesser omentum is formed by first layer and the second layer and the second layer. So it is formed by the first layer and the second layer, and the lesser of greater omentum is formed by the this 1, 2, 3, 4. We have got a transverse mesocolon over here, and this transverse mesocolon, we have got the colon over here. This one is the transverse mesocolon, and this transverse mesocolon is formed by the third and the fourth layer. Third and the fourth layer. So third and fourth layer will form the transverse mesocolon. First, second, third, fourth will form. First, second, third, fourth will form the greater omentum. Lesser omentum is formed by the first and the second layer, and the third and fourth will form the transverse mesocolon. Then we have got this another diagram. So this one is the duodenum. We have got the duodenum over here. Over here. And next we have got the greater omentum. Here we have got the spleen. One is our diaphragm. One is our diaphragm. And we have got the diaphragm over here. Diagram you could see that this is the hepatoduodenal ligament. We have got duodenum over here. We have got the liver over here. So this ligament is known as the hepatoduodenal ligament, and this is known as the hepatogastric ligament. This one is the hepatogastric ligament. This hepatogastric and hepatoduodenal ligament together they form the lesser omentum. They form the lesser omentum. So greater omentum is above the lesser, attached from the lesser curvature up to the lesser curvature, and the first part of the first 2.5 centimeter of the duodenum up to the liver, and the greater omentum, coming as the name suggests, come from the greater sac. We have got the gastrophrenic ligament over here. This is the diaphragm, and so this ligament is known as the gastrophrenic ligament. And since we have got the spleen over here, we have got the gastrosplenic ligament over here, and this one is our greater omentum, and this is our greater omentum. Diagram you could see that this is the liver, this is diaphragm, this is diaphragm, and we have got the liver over here. We have got the liver over here. We have got the liver over here. This the greater omentum. This is the peritoneum. Is coming like this. It is the stomach, which is being encircled, and this is coming like down like this. It is going like this, and it is coming up to the transverse colon from the mesentery like this. Coming down from the stomach, and here we have got the greater omentum. Here we have got the greater omentum over here. This one is the greater omentum, and this one is the here we have got the this is the second and fourth layer. This will come like this, and it's creating like this. So this one is the this two is the lesser omentum. One is the greater omentum. Here we have got the transverse colon, and here we have got a small intestine. So this from the mesentery of the here we have got the mesentery of the transverse colon. Mesentery of the transverse colon. This is the duodenum over here. We have got the pancreas over here. So the there again is coming like this, coming like this, coming like this, coming from the stomach, going like this. Fourth layer. So the fourth layer will form the transverse mesocolon. So transverse mesocolon will be formed by the fourth layer only. If not the third and fourth layer, it will be formed by the fourth layer only will form the transverse mesocolon. But the lesser omentum will be formed by the first and the second layer, and the greater omentum will be formed by all the first layer, second layer, and fourth layer. And these all will form the mesentery. So we have got, and this one is known as the lesser omental. This is the lesser sac. This is the lesser sac. We have got the lesser sac, and here we have got the greater omentum. That is the greater sac. This is the greater omentum over here. Again, from the stomach, it will go like this, coming like this, coming transverse colon, and most of time when the at this level, different level, see, and we see the second layer and third layer and fourth layer. Diagram. Here the at this level, which is the first layer, fourth layer only, which is forming the transverse mesocolon. Later on, see that this is the first layer, which is coming like this, and here, and it continues like this. Now next we have got the second layer. This is the second layer, becoming the third layer, and it is completing the circle like this. It is the second layer and the third layer and the fourth layer, which is forming the transverse mesocolon over here. And we have got the omental bursa or the lesser sac over here. And the portion of the lesser sac behind the liver, this forms the intracardiac bursa. So regarding the greater omentum, finally we have got it is the fold of peritoneum which hang down from the greater curvature of the stomach and consists of the four layer. The first layer and the second layer extend downward from the greater curvature. The first become the fourth and the second become the third. Contain adipose tissue, milky spot, and right left gastroepithelial vessels. Function: fat storage, protection against the infection, and prevent the spread of the infection. It is called the policeman of the abdomen. Why? Because the posterior greater fuses with the anterior surface of the transverse colon and then from the transverse major. Fourth layer, the posterior most layer of the greater curvature omentum fuses with the anterior surface of the transverse colon and form the transverse major colon. Lesser sat behind the stomach and it extends between the second layer and the third layer of the greater omentum. Greater omentum extend up to the proximal 2-5 centimeter of the first part of the duodenum. Greater omentum has a right and the left inferior border and anterior and posterior surface. Right gastroepiploic artery is a branch of the gastroduodenal artery, which is a branch of the common hepatic artery, and left gastroepiploic artery is a branch of the epiploic artery. Now coming to the lesser omentum. So the lesser omentum again, it is double fold of the peritoneum that connect the liver to the stomach. It connect the liver to the stomach. It has got only one border, that is the right margin. It has got two surfaces, anterior and posterior surface. It has got two surfaces, anterior surface and the posterior surface. Attachment, superiorly, it is attached to the liver, and this attachment is inverted L-shaped, so long limb attached to the margin of the fissure for the ligamentum venosum, and the short limb attached to the margin of the porta hepatis, inferiorly attached to the lesser curvature of the stomach, and 2-5 centimeter of the duodenum. It is divided into two parts. Just we have seen that it is the hepatogastric ligament that extends between liver and the stomach, and the hepatoduodenal ligament extends between the liver and the duodenum. Its content structure in the right free margin of the omentum, that is the portal vein, hepatic artery, and the bile duct. Autonomic nervous system, nerves, hepatic plexus, the lymphatics and the lymph node. Structure along the lesser curvature of the stomach is also considered under this content, and they are the right and left gastric vessels, gastric lymph node, and the branches of the gastric nerve. They are on the lesser curvature of the stomach, and they are the right and left gastric vessels, gastric lymph node, and branches of the gastric nerve. Regarding development, we have already seen that is developed from the ventral mesogastrium. Now coming to the lesser omentum. So this is the diagram of the liver. This is the diagram of the liver from the posterior inferior surface, showing the posterior inferior surface, and we have got the this is the outline of the liver. This is the outline of the liver, and we have got this is the porta hepatis. This is the porta hepatis over here. This one is the gallbladder. This is the gallbladder, and this is the inferior view. We are seeing from the inferior, and we are seeing from the below. So this is the margin of the ligamentum venosum over here. This is the margin of the ligamentum venosum. This is the margin of the ligamentum venosum, and this is the margin of the porta hepatis. This is the margin of the porta hepatis. So it is the lesser omentum attached to the margin of the ligamentum venosum and attached to the margin of the porta hepatis. So it is a sort of inverted L-shape. Inverted L-shape structure. It is that. Now coming to the it is the right side, and this is left side. So on the right side, its free margin contains the portal vein, the bile duct, and the hepatic artery. Bile duct and hepatic artery. And this is the lesser curvature of the stomach, showing the left gastric artery. This is the left gastric artery over here. So we have got the right gastric artery over here. Right gastric artery over here. We have got right gastric artery over here. So right gastric and left gastric artery. Of course, the lymph node will also be over there, and thus the nerve, the gastric nerve will be also over there. So this is the attachment of the lesser curvature, lesser omentum attached to the ligamentum venosum and the margin of the porta hepatis in the liver and in the stomach and in the first part of duodenum in the stomach. It attached to the lesser curvature. This is the lesser curvature. Attached to the lesser curvature and first 2 centimeter of the duodenum. This portion of the lesser omentum, which is between the stomach and the liver over here, this is known as the hepatogastric artery. Hepatogastric artery, and this portion is known as the gastroduodenal artery. Gastroduodenal artery. This one is gastroduodenal ligament. Sorry, the gastroduodenal ligament. The gastroduodenal ligament, and it is the hepatogastric ligament and gastroduodenal ligament. Gastroduodenal ligament. So regarding the lesser omentum, it is the fold of peritoneum which connect the liver and the stomach, superiorly attached to the ligamentum venosum and the margin of the porta hepatis, inferiorly to the lesser curvature and the proximal 2.5 centimeter of the duodenum. The portion between the liver and the stomach is known as hepatogastric ligament, and between the liver and the duodenum is known as the hepatoduodenal ligament. Its right pre-margin contains the portal vein, the hepatic artery proper, bile-duct, autonomic nervous system, and the lymph node. Along the lesser curvature, we have got the right and left gastric vessels, gastric lymph node, and branches of the gastric nerve. Thank you.